Like it's just like that's it.
Hi, I'm Shanice.
Hi, I'm Siobhan.
I'm Cheryl.
Hi, I'm Leah, and this is
ZULA ChickChats.
Hi guys, welcome to season 2 of ZULA ChickChats, and as you can see, we have a new setup. So do you guys like it?
Yes.
Alongside that, right, today we are going to be talking about one night stands. What is the definition of a one night stand?
Just someone you have sex with and never see them ever again.
But I also feel one night stands could just be the one and only time you hook up with someone that you may or may not know. But for mine, it's like maybe it could be a friend that you just hook up with one time, one night stand.
Oh, okay.
When you have no intention to pursue anything romantic.
Have you guys ever had a one night stand?
No.
No.
Not innocent. If you haven't, then have you heard of anyone who has had?
Wow, so many. Last time my friend was drunk, and then after that she just foolishly stumbled out of the club like. Then suddenly a guy went over and started just like pretend like he knew her. Then he started dragging her to the cab stand. So he almost tapao her home.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
How about you, Cheryl?
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
How about you, Leah? Oh shit! My one night stands don't usually happen like in club. I feel it's a bit of a stranger danger move to follow someone back that you don't know. My one night stands are maybe like friends that is like literally we only like just have sex like just one time. But of course they're not very close friends lah.
Sure.
But it does not affect their friendship because it's very clear that it's just a physical thing.
I just want to try one time only.
Yeah, just try one time only.
That's water, that's water.
It's just like maybe I had a few drinks but still very very clear like this is like what I want and that's why I go home with the person.
So I used to work as a cabin crew, and obviously the hookup culture among crew is very common. So I remember once there's this Egyptian guy who was like bragging to everyone at the galley like how he managed to bring home 2 girls.
The disclaimer is that usually the people that if I do anything with, right, are all like acquaintances in the sense that I know their friend, like I know his friend. So it's not like someone I legit see on the dance floor like, hey, you're cute, oh, you know, come with me, like tapao you and eat cai fan at home or something. But it's like no. In the sense that at least I know this person or I know someone who can be accountable for this person, like my friend. It's not someone that I completely have no idea because it's a really very very dangerous. Oh, anyway, disclaimer, I'm always sober at club, so if I want to do something, I legit want to do something. Then for you guys, right, why won't you have one night stands?
I don't want to get very dependent on that physical need. So I don't want to use sex or that kind of physical intimacy as that form of attraction to someone.
Like sex has to be with somebody that I feel a connection with. Without, it's like wham bam thank you ma'am. Like it's like a bit like you're an animal, like you just know nothing.
But you're animals, baby.
Like just in case it becomes something more, it wouldn't be a perfect way for me to start the relationship because my focus would be on a wrong place, you know. It's like the physical attraction, not quite like emotional attraction, which is what really makes a relationship really work out in the end.
A lot of people will talk about like, okay, so they went home with this person, you know, it's a one night stand, but nobody really talks about like what happens after it.
My friend, okay, I know a friend who slept with her colleague. She said that if she was sober, she wouldn't have done it. But because there was a bit of alcohol involved, so she ended up sleeping with a guy. And then, you know, after one night stand, sometimes one party might start to expect more. Like he treated her like a booty call in that sense. He tried to like ask her for more.
But sometimes one night stands kind of develop into FWB situations, which is like friends with benefits. Why it stays a one night stand, right? It's probably like A, the sex wasn't good, or 2, that person is really someone you shouldn't be sleeping with lah. I also feel it's common courtesy to like after you bang someone, right, then you must at least say, oh, like, you know, you had like, you know, like, it's like a date, you know, like, oh, like, had a good time. No, you just drop them a text because you're like a decent person. You never say thanks for last night because like you're not a prostitute. It's like,
But then again, if I give the guy my number and I say that, right, then he might assume that I'm okay to have more.
I think oftentimes it develops easily into FWB arrangement. You try to like text a bit. Usually I think I will exchange numbers, like minimum like exchange numbers. Sometimes if you want to like zao, then okay lah, you zao lah.
I just feel like if you really want it to be a one night stand, there shouldn't even be any exchange of numbers because it's like, what's the point? If your intention is, I will never want to see you again after tonight.
True.
I don't think anybody has the mindset when they have a one night stand, they go into I want to have a one night stand tonight and I don't want to see this person ever again in my life.
I think maybe it's more common for guys to have like a rotation of girls. Like they might want to like booty call. No, it's
Yeah, this one turn into a booty call if you give your
yeah.
number. So don't give your number.
yeah, that's true. But I feel like in relationships, right, sex should not come first. Like if I sleep with someone and it's a one night stand and I catch feelings, I always question myself: is it because like I sped up the emotional bonding process by having the physical consummation, or I actually like this person? And usually it's the first one lah.
Is there still a stigma against it?
I just feel that a lot of people nowadays are like a bit commitment phobes. So I feel that sometimes people just have one night stands or FWBs because they simply just don't want a relationship.
We are very influenced by the Western cultures, right? And then like TV shows, movies sort of normalize hooking up.
I think one night stands have always happened. It's just that maybe in this generation, like we are more open about it, we talk more about it. The stigma against premarital sex is not so strong as before.
If we go back to look at why is virginity so important, right? It lies in the fact that it's a patriarchal society. Like, oh, like virginity is only important for women, but why is the same thing not held on men?
I think that like one night stand culture is definitely more prominent now. So it's a lot to do with alcohol, partying, environment. It doesn't have to be a club lah. But I think also now, like, you know, for example, Tinder is like basically a platform for like one night stands. And then you don't have to text them again because it's like you can just disconnect them or like unmatch them from your profile and then you don't have to ever see them again. I mean, obviously it's a negative stigma because people like look down on girls. Countless times like my guy friends have said to me like, I would still rather have like date a girl, right, who is less sexually active because I feel that she'll make me a better person. That I legit like like your sex drive needs or whatever it is, right, doesn't necessarily correlate to how good of a person you are, what.
But they just always want that freak in the sheets, but then like, you know, the good girl in the
Angel
streets.
outside. Yeah,
It's like
good
double
old.
standards.
It
Like,
is.
no, I think it's just insecurity. Like
It's an
maybe
ego thing.
Yeah, maybe they're afraid like if this person is too, what do you call it, like high sexual drive?
Yeah.
Maybe she will cheat or find
Yeah,
somebody
true.
else.
But what are some other consequences that could arise from it and precautions that you might need to like take?
Like I mentioned, I was a cabin crew, right? So I personally know a crew who had a one night stand with a pilot,
Okay. Oh god.
and then she got pregnant. The biggest problem is because it's not based in Singapore, right? It's based in the Middle East. Premarital like sex is like a big no. You can get arrested for that.
Oh my
So
Yeah.
so her manager actually called the cops on her. Her flatmate was home. So her flatmate was like, babe, like you cannot come home. Like the police came looking for you. Whatever it is, use protection, guys.
It's important to know that whoever you sleep with, right, know that all their friends will know. Also, like, try as much as possible. Don't eat where you shit. Singapore is a very small place. You don't want to find out you bang someone then turns out to be your cousin's boyfriend a few years down the road. Like, try to have the social circle as far as possible. Above all, right, don't feel pressured that you need to do it. Like, maybe you go home with the guy and then, like, you change your mind. Like, it's okay to say no. If, like, you're drunk, then you're hook up. And then he's too drunk also, right? Just stuck him into bed and just go home yourself.
But let's say if you go to a guy's house and then you are like trying to struggle and you decide that you don't want to do it, and then he tells you like, oh come on, I know you will like it, or that kind, and he try to persuade you, because it happens to a lot of girls. I really know a lot of girls that kena. So like, don't be pressured to give into him. So today we talk about one night stands and realize that ultimately it's really up to you, but always make sure that both parties give their consent and always have safe sex.
Yes!
Okay.
Yes, thanks for watching this episode. If you like our new setup, give a thumbs up. And also, if you have any opinions on this issue or any stories to share, feel free to leave it in the comments and also let us know what else to talk about next time.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Bye!